A huge mistake that we make when we think about making a difference for somebody is we think too macro and forget the power of micro. So we think of things like, I would love to help cancer patients, but I don't have $1 million to donate to that cause. Or we think, I would love to help these youth, but I don't have enough money to pay for them to go to college.
I'm so sorry.
You lied to us.
I lied to myself, too. I wanted to pay for your education. I really did. It was my dream.
Or we think, I would love to make a difference for that family over there, but I don't have enough money to pay for their rent this month. But the truth is, help is actually even more impactful, both on the person you're helping and you, when you understand that help comes in micro doses just as powerfully as it does macro. I mean, it'd be great if you had $1 million to donate to this, cancer cause. It would be wonderful if you had enough money to, pitch in and help some kids go to college. But like the small acts of kindness are just as likely to change the world when you collectively do them. When we have a society doing them, it is impactful. It is powerful. It is ingenious. And I think we need to focus on it more. And that's what I'm going to talk about here today. So welcome back to the aha moments, where every day I share the lessons I've learned in my work as a psychotherapist and in my life to inspire you to live your very best life. Of course, I'm your host, Elliott Connie. And man, it's challenging, right? Like I'm thinking about the different ways that small acts of kindness have made a huge difference in my life. And I'll give you an example, a silly example, but it's an example. And it demonstrates just how important these acts can be. Growing up, one of the most devastating things that happened in my childhood was getting cut from the all-star team when I was 12 years old. Now, in a childhood like mine, where I was dealing with some pretty serious challenges with my father in the way that he was exhibiting his anger in the home, it would be silly to think that getting cut from a baseball team was so devastating, but I'll tell you why. I loved baseball. It was one of the pure joys in my life at the time, and a respite from some of the difficulties and challenges that I was otherwise having to deal with. And I got good at it, and I was so proud of being good at baseball. And I was so proud at what being good at baseball began to do for me and began to mean to me. I led my team to the town championship, which was amazing because the team that I was drafted onto when I was 11 years old was historically the worst team around. Like, they were bad. I get there. When I was 11, I was pretty good, and the team was pretty good. But when I was 12, I was the best in the league. And I led that team to a championship, and I was so proud of this. And that was going to give me the opportunity to make the all-star team, which meant I got to travel all over New England during the summer and play more baseball. That was a really big deal. And I did not make the all-star team. I said I got cut. I didn't really get cut. I got not selected, basically. And it felt like I earned something and did not get it. You know what I mean? It felt like an unfairness that I deserved something. And they did not give it to me. And it was devastating. I remember the day I found out I didn't make the all-star team, I was crushed. And I went for a walk. One of the coaches on the all-star team, an assistant coach by the name of Mr. Taylor, he knew that I had unfairly experienced this. And he came to my house. While I was out going for a walk, in my little 12-year-old brain processing what had happened, he came to my home. When I got back home, my mother told me that Mr. Taylor had come by to express how upset he was and how he felt your pain that you weren't picked for the all-star team and how he thought it was unjust too. I wasn't even there when it happened, but that was 36 years ago. And I still remember it to this day. Having someone who was a coach on the team validate my experience, validate that I've been treated unfairly, That small, simple act of kindness made the biggest difference in the world, to the point where I remember it now 36 years ago. So try not to think you have to save the world with your acts of kindness. Try to realize you save the world by doing really small things each and every day. If you can do that, the people that receive those things will never forget them and make the biggest difference in the world. So what is one small thing you can do today that would make a difference for someone's life? I want you to do that thing and then notice the impact it has on you. Thanks for being here. If you wouldn't mind doing me a super huge favor, I would love it if you would share this podcast with at least one person in your life that you think could benefit from hearing this message today. And also don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts or anywhere else you listen to your podcast. And also follow me on all of the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky. You can search for my name, Elliott Connie, or @Elliott Speaks. That's my handle across all platforms. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.